Your biography mentioned that you listened some to hip hop. I'd like to know a little more about that.
Well, really, and I have nothing against hip hop music, uh, but that was one of those cases where you get somebody who wants to manage you, and they just, for pop culture's sake, want to say you like everything to appeal to the broadest audience. They don't, they kind of in today's society, or kind of the mindset for a lot of people is we don't care if it's true or not, we just want to print it because we just want masses, we want numbers. We don't really care what you're about. We care about what appeals to the most people, and I think music suffers because of that very thing. Where the label or the manager or the record company says, this is what's hot right now, this is what's selling, so this is what we're going to portray you as, and this is what we want you to do. And it's just a circle, so it's everybody wants to make money, and you have to make money to make a living, and no matter what you do. But there needs to be a line to say, I want to make a living, and I need to make a living, and I need to make money, but this is a line I don't want to cross. This is not who I am. This is not what I feel. This is not what I write. And but once again, now as far as I've probably heard just as much hip hop as anybody has heard. And if you hear it on just some music you can't avoid. And I remember Run DMC with Aerosmith, Walk This Way, and you couldn't dodge Eminem for a long time. And not that I tried to dodge him, but it was just so popular and so huge that some artists are so big you can't miss it. So I say I listen to as much as the regular person driving down the road with the stereo, with the radio on.
What about today's country music? They quote unquote modern. There's lots of comments, particularly about the thing that's called bro country. Luke Bryan, Florida Georgia Line, and people of that ilk. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I think there's room for everything, as long as you've got an audience who likes it. I think there's room for all of it. Just like Vince Gill said, it's not my cup of tea, but maybe the stuff I'm doing wasn't the generation before me's cup of tea. And I agree with Mr. Gill on that. No, it's not the kind of music that I make, and it's not the kind of music that I buy. But that doesn't mean it's evil or bad or wrong. That just means it's just, not my thing. God bless them, and I hope that they continue in all the success they can have, just like I hope that I can find success.
Let's follow up on that. For you, what will and is success in terms of this music business? Because it is a business and you do want to make a living.
Oh, absolutely. I saw a great seminar that John Mayer gave at Berkeley, and I saw it online. I wasn't at Berkeley to see it. I just saw it online. And I agree with his advice. He said, define what success is to you personally. Now, if success is selling 5,000 albums and doing 30 shows a year at a profit of $1,000 a show, if you define that as success, then you are successful. And it's like the old poem goes, if the first thing you wake up every morning is you're a painter, then you're a painter, whether or not that's your living. Success for me is musical freedom. If I have the freedom to make the music and make the songs the way that I hear them inside, and I'm allowed the freedom to express the song however it hits me. Maybe this is a little bit more folk, or maybe this is blues, or maybe this is straight driving traditional bluegrass, or maybe there's jazz in it, something like, success is the ability to afford to create the music the way that I hear it. And hopefully put a couple of steaks on the table for me and the missus down the line, and pay for gas and hotel and Christmas presents, things like that. Big, huge stardom and my name in lights. I never wanted to do, and I never aspired to do, the things that you need to do to make that happen. You know, in the 80s it was, you know, wear spandex pants and dye your hair, or it was fit what is selling. And I never wanted to do that. I was never capable of doing that. I was never good at making anybody else's music but my own.